Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, it's been a long day today. If you've been following along on Facebook, you know that had an accident today um, in public transportation. Normally, I've been using Lyft and taking Lyft to go do my shopping, my errands, pretty much everything. Uh, One of my drivers, he went back to work, and so I'm using Lyft. Well, I haven't used my Clipper card for over a year, and so I had like $60, $70 still on the card, so I need to use that, and I have a second Clipper card with another $30 on it. So I've got free rides that I need to take advantage of, and all of this money has been sitting there, and it was pre-COVID money, so this is all free rides for me right now. But didn't work out so well today. Everything started out pretty routine. Got on the 73, got a nice seat, and bus wasn't crowded because it's after 10 o'clock. It's actually about 10:30 when I got on, and then 5 minutes later, when we're on 73rd Avenue up near Arthur, it's near the church there, AME Bookins Church. It happened right across the street from them. And what it was two cars, two drivers who couldn't decide who's going first or who's going to stop and hit the brakes. And so here's our bus. We're in the middle lane, and we're coming down or coming up 73rd Avenue at 30 miles an hour. And these two idiots just brake checked each other, we'll say. And um, the driver of the bus, she had no choice but to really hit the brakes hard. And when she hit the brakes hard, the bus literally stopped on a dime because literally there was nobody in there. There were five of us in the bus. So the bus was not loaded. It was not heavily laden in any way. And so stepping on the brake pedal that hard on something that's designed to stop a lot more weight and lock up the wheels, yeah, all of us went flying. The poor guy in the wheelchair, he's the one who literally just got on the bus right at International and 73rd. He just got on the bus, and the bus driver wasn't doing the normal things that I've seen bus drivers do, which is helping getting them situated onto the bus into position. Normally, this bus driver or the bus drivers in the past have always seat belted the wheelchair person in place. That didn't happen today. I thought that was really unusual that this driver didn't seatbelt the driver or this wheelchair person into position. And so when we took off, no, pretty much normal, and we're making our way up 73rd Avenue towards the mall. I'm getting ready to pull the cord, say I want to get off. All of a sudden, I'm seated in my seat. Like I said, nobody's there, and the bus just lurches to a stop. I mean, a stop, and well, sent all of us in motion. The person in the wheelchair literally looked like Superman heading to the fare box, and he hit that fare box head first. The thing was that this person did not speak English. He spoke French. He was African American, and he spoke French. He didn't speak any English whatsoever, so it was very difficult finding out what his injuries were. The bus driver did pick him up from the floor and tried to check on his injuries, but she's not a medical professional, and so she automatically called in the accident and that there were injuries. About 7 minutes later, the course, a police officer shows up, a ACTransit supervisor shows up, and it was about 15 minutes later that the ambulance shows up along with the fire department. And so they started checking all of us on board the bus. I don't know if you can see this, but you can start seeing some of the bruising. There's some bruising going on right here. That's where I went into that grab bar. Actually, it's a vertical support for the seat if that was in front of me. And there was a space about 8 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet, because there was a seat facing this direction, and my knee was just touching the front lip of the seat when that bus hit or the bus driver hit the brakes, and my knee jammed and lodged up against that seat. And when I got launched, the leg kind of stayed and stretched me and then spun me around, and that's where I was looking at a bar, going right at a bar, the support bar for the seat, and I turned my head, and then that's where I ended up right here. Right here, still really sore. Also, the knee is sore. I got some new. Where'd that go? Got some of this for the pain. I know tonight's going to be pretty intense, some of this pain, because this is already pretty sore right now, and it's just muscle bruising. It's nothing that you're going to get really compensated for. If you get anything, you might get $100, so it's not even worth filing for. The lady that did end up going to the hospital, she was in a very interesting or pretty precarious situation. She was sitting in one of the seats that faces not normal, not facing forward, but it faced sideways. And then there was another lady who sat in a seat just opposite of mine, and so she was sitting like myself. And then when that bus hit the brakes, the first lady, she slammed up against the seat that was right up against her, which, her shoulder, her arm, and her ribs got impacted on that. And then this other lady that was sitting in the seat across from me, she got launched, and she pushed into that lady that was already up against that seat. So it was her full weight plus the velocity that really crushed this lady up against the seat and the grab rails. And so she may have some bruised ribs and some injuries to her arms and shoulder from that impact, because the lady that hit her wasn't exactly small either. And so you take one lady who's probably about 200 pounds, and then another lady who's another 160, 170 pounds, and then you add 30 miles an hour and a sudden stop. Yeah, that's going to hurt. I'm still hurting, but it was surprising. I should have taken my lift like I normally do, but I need to use my Clipper card. The balance I have on my Clipper card's been sitting there for 3 years now, and I really need to use it. But that was today, and my doctor's appointment was 11:20. It was an important appointment for me to keep, because they're checking all of my medications, and in fact, outcome with this, they're adding one more medication, a statin, for cholesterol, because there are some things that came back on my blood tests. They're retesting it right now, elevated cholesterol, so the statin should help lower that. And they're talking about Lipitor, which everybody knows Lipitor. That one's been around a really long time. I remember it back in the mid 90s when it came out. So it's tried and true, and something that's just part of aging. But today's incident could have been very devastating for me if I had broken a bone or been more seriously injured, especially at my age, at 63. Injuries like this don't heal well, and they don't heal quickly. And so I could have been laid up for however long. This this sore arm, I know, is going to get worse with the passing hours here, and probably I may not be able to do much for the rest of the week, but we'll see what happens. And this week is a very busy week because I'm up against a time schedule for my aquaculture business. We have to get a lot of the filtering systems up and functional and in place. We have to purchase the equipment. Then once we purchase it and start setting things up, we also have to set up the ponds, the grow out ponds, the grow out pools, the breeding tanks and containers for the young smokes or the young larvae, the shrimp larvae that we'll be bringing in for the first 6 months. So hopefully this doesn't throw a wrench in my works, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully you got a lottery ticket for tonight. $1.2 billion up for grabs in tonight's Lotto Powerball. I got mine. Did you get yours? Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. See the bus behind me back there? Yeah. We just had a little accident. See the ambulance? I got tossed. The fellow behind me that just went by in the wheelchair, he got launched and he went head first into the money bank at the front of the bus. I hit a rail and a seat, blocked it with my arm. I'm on my way to a doctor's. And rather than taking a lift, I decided, well, I'm going to take the ACTransit. I hadn't used my Clipper card in a while. So got launched. Wow, let me tell you, it happened quick. And the bus wasn't speeding, but then again, there are no seat belts. And so a person like myself, you're not expecting anything, and all of a sudden the brakes are hit real hard. Yeah. and then you're going to hit something. In fact, there were about 5 people on board the bus that we were just checked out by the paramedics. Alameda County Sheriff's Department came talked with us. Each got a statement from each of us, got a card from the supervisor at ACTransit if we're going to file a claim for injuries or damages, whatever. But yeah, I'm on my way to a doctor's appointment and then get injured, slightly injured. So anyway, that's what's going on. That happened right here on 73rd Avenue, just 3 blocks from the Eastmont Mall. So near Arthur. Not going to affect me any, I'll shake it off. But it's good to have the information in the event that something does come up. I have to reschedule my doctor's appointment. Got to go pick up my medications. So I was just coming up here anyway, up to the Eastmont Mall. Oh well, some days are like that. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, I made it to the doctor's appointment. You see the time there. My original appointment was 11:20 until the bus accident canceled that out. I got here shortly after I called in to here to say I wasn't going to make the appointment because I didn't know how long it was going to be for the sheriff's department to get everybody's statement. Then the supervisors for ACTransit were getting everybody's statement and information, and then they were giving us information cards with how to file a claim if we were injured and we're filing a financial claim, which I'm not going to. I'm not likely to. So anyway, thanks for joining me. It was a crazy accident, but we made it.